In the glittering world of K-pop, friendships and chemistry between group members are often a highlight. However, nothing can make fans' hearts tremble more deeply than the sweet moments between two BTS members who are so attached, Jimin and Jungkook. Their closeness has been a hot topic of discussion for years. But recently, a shocking confession from Jimin managed to shake the hearts of the ARMY around the world. In a live stream session conducted after Jimin and Jungkook both completed their military service, Jimin suddenly opened up a topic that has always made fans curious: why he is often seen holding Jungkook's hand on various occasions, even when there is no camera. Many have long considered it an expression of friendship, but it turns out that there is a much deeper emotional reason behind it. Unforgettable moments. Before discussing Jimin's confession, let's briefly recall the moments where Jimin and Jungkook's hands took center stage. From world concert stages, interview sessions, variety shows, to behind-the-scenes BTS documentaries such as Break the Silence and Bon Voyage, there are countless times Jimin has been caught on camera grasping or grabbing Jungkook's hand. One of the most viral moments was when they were on the stage of the Love Yourself tour concert in Paris. Jimin was seen crying haru as Jungkook hugged him and clasped his hands tightly. Many fans suspect that it is a form of emotional support. However, after Jimin's recent confession, the moment seemed to acquire a much deeper meaning. Jimin's direct confession: "I can't be alone." In a live broadcast conducted on Weverse, Jimin looked calm but full of feelings while reading questions from fans that read, "Appa, why do you hold Jungkook's hand so often? Even when you don't have a camera, it still looks like it." Jimin smiled shyly, staring at the screen for a moment before replying, "I know this question comes up a lot, but I've never really explained why." After a long sigh, he continued in a slightly quivering voice, "Jungkook is not just a little brother to me. He is a part of my life that cannot be replaced. In difficult times, under pressure, even when I feel the world pressing in from all directions, the one thing that keeps me strong is when he's by my side and I can feel his hand." The atmosphere of the live broadcast also changed haru. Fans flooded the comments with crying emojis and affectionate words. Many do not expect that such a simple act as grasping hands, in fact, holds such a deep meaning. Memories of trainee times and early BTS. Jimin then takes us back to the early days of their debut. He said that since his trainee days, he had felt very lonely and full of pressure because he had to leave his hometown in Busan and live alone in Seoul. "At first, I wasn't very close to anyone," Jimin said. "But Jungkook, who is also from Busan, suddenly became like a younger brother who was always around me. We grew up together. We learn, practice, fail, and rise together. When the world didn't believe in us, he was one of the few people who always believed in me. This is where the habit of holding hands began." Jimin admitted that whenever he felt nervous, he would reflexively look for Jungkook's hand. "And he always gives that hand without asking why," he added. Jungkook: "I'm the lucky one to have Hyung like him." Interestingly, Jungkook also had time to respond to this moment in a different interview. When asked by Korean media about his special relationship with Jimin, Jungkook replied, "Jimin Hyung is a very warm person. He can understand me more than anyone. When he held my hand, I felt like I wasn't alone. But the truth is, I feel protected by him." Jungkook's remarks further confirmed that their relationship is more than just an ordinary friendship. They are a family, even more than that, home to each other amid the glitter of a stressful entertainment world. ARMY reaction. Tears and feelings of emotion flooded the virtual world. Didn't take long after the live, the hashtags Jimin Jungkook moment and Jimin confession immediately topped trending Twitter in various countries. Fans from all over the world poured out their emotions, many claiming to have cried watching the moment live. Some of the comments that went viral include, "Now I understand why they always seem so close. It's not just friendship, it's more of a soul bond. Jungkook's hand is an anchor for Jimin and it's very beautiful." As ARMY since 2015, I've seen many of their moments, but Jimin's confession today made me even more convinced. Their relationship is genuine. The live cut video also went viral on TikTok and Instagram Reels, each being viewed millions of times in just a few hours. Many edit their old moments against the background of melancholic music, as if paying tribute to such a strong and sincere connection. The deep meaning behind a grip. In a life full of pressure and high expectations like those of K-pop idols, having someone who can be home is very important. And for Jimin, Jungkook's hand is his home. A place where he can feel safe, understood, and accepted unconditionally. Even today, after they have grown into world superstars, the little habit persists. At airports, concerts, or training sessions, Jimin is still often seen grabbing Jungkook's hand spontaneously. And now, after the recognition, each of their hands seem to have a new meaning for the ARMY. More than a bromance, the soul bond of two brothers. Jimin and Jungkook are often described by fans as soul brothers. Their natural chemistry, the way they understand each other without words, and the little attention they always show serve as proof that their bond is not made up or for the sake of imaging. Jimin once said, "Jungkook and I don't have to talk long to know how we feel. Sometimes just a glance or a hand grip is enough." And for ARMY, it was more than enough to prove that their relationship is one of the most beautiful things that have ever happened in the K-pop world. Fans are wondering, what is behind the grip? First, many soldiers thought it was just a form of affection between members. But as time went on and the frequency of this moment became more frequent, various speculations arose. Some fans think Jimin is just protective of Jungkook, considering Jungkook is the youngest member. There are also those who theorize that Jimin has some kind of trauma in the past that makes him feel safer when he is close to Jungkook. But there are also those who consider it a form of pure platonic love, a deep inner bond between two true friends. Jimin's confession that made my heart melt. Recently, in an exclusive interview session that was not much exposed by the media, Jimin finally answered a fan question that had been filling the social media comments field. "Why do you often hold Jungkook's hand?" Jimin smiled shyly and said, "Because I feel calm. When I'm nervous, anxious, or feeling overwhelmed, holding Jungkook's hand gives me a sense of peace. I know he's always there for me, and by holding his hand, I kind of remind myself that I'm not alone." That simple phrase immediately sparked an incredible reaction among fans. Many do not think that the habit was born from such deep emotional feelings. Jimin, who has been known to be gentle and sensitive, apparently found calm in Jungkook's figure. Jungkook responded warmly. Knowing the confession, Jungkook also gave a response that was no less moving. In his live broadcast a few days after Jimin's interview, Jungkook was asked by fans how he felt knowing that Jimin felt calmer by holding his hand. Without hesitation, Jungkook replied, "I also felt calm when Jimin Hyung held my hand. He was the one who always supported me, even before I knew how to support myself. So if holding my hand makes her stronger, I'll always be there for her." Inevitably, this comment made millions of ARMY hearts tremble. Two best friends clasping each other's hands amid the roar of the world stage. It's not only a symbol of friendship, but also a reminder that even in a world full of highlights, they remain ordinary human beings who need each other. Cover, the grip that won't slip. Now, every time Jimin holds Jungkook's hand, the world knows it's not just about physical comfort. It is the language of love, the language of support, and the language of courage in the face of a harsh world. Behind all the lights, the big stage, and the grandeur of the celebrity world, there are two boys from Busan who still hold each other's hands like they used to because that's where they feel most whole.